My name is Vanessa Cole. I'm 32. I run 4 restaurants that feed 3,000 people a week. 3 years ago my family cut me off. Then last Tuesday my phone buzzed. A group chat I'd been kicked out of. My mother's name. Family dinner Friday. Time to heal. I should have asked one question before I said yes. Who else is coming? I didn't ask. I said yes. And that mistake cost me 40 minutes on the highway and a table full of strangers wearing my family's faces. Stay with me. Because what happened at that dinner table changed everything. And what I whispered to a waiter 15 minutes later brought the whole thing crashing down. I grew up the fixer. First paycheck went to groceries. My tax refund fixed my mom's teeth. When my dad's truck broke down, I paid and lied about a warranty so his pride stayed intact. My sister Paige got the wedding of her dreams. I paid for the flowers. The photographer. Half the reception. My mother's toast that night. 2 strong girls. 1 bill. I trained them without knowing it. Ask once, Vanessa pays. Everyone smiles. Dinner stays quiet. 3 years ago Paige wanted to open a cafe. No business plan. No numbers. Just a dream she saw on Instagram. She needed me to co-sign a $75,000 loan. I asked to see her margins. Her lease. Her supplier contracts. My mother's voice went cold. She's your sister. You don't need a spreadsheet to love her. I said no. My father stood up and pointed at the door. If you won't help this family, you're not part of it. I drove home alone. By morning I was erased from every group chat. Every holiday. Every memory. For 3 years. Silence. Friday night. I walked into the restaurant expecting 4 people. I counted 16. Lobster tails. Wagyu steaks. A $400 bottle of wine already half empty. My father looked up from the head of the table and smiled. You're paying, right? You owe us that much. The whole table clapped. Like I was a soldier coming home. Not the daughter they buried alive for 3 years. I sat down. I smiled the way 15 years in this industry teaches you to smile while your mind runs numbers at full speed. Because I noticed something they didn't want me to see. My aunt squeezed my hand. Family doesn't keep score, dear. My cousin asked if I felt guilty living so well while my parents struggled. My sister, without looking up from her phone, said she wouldn't know. She hasn't been around. Rehearsed. Aligned. A choir that found the same note without a conductor. Then I looked closer. My father's truck outside still had the same dent from 5 years ago. My mother's purse was held together with a safety pin. They were broke. And they were performing wealth on a card they couldn't afford. A card they expected me to quietly replace before the night ended. The young waiter running our table alone caught my eye. Nervous. Overworked. Nobody at that table said one kind word to him all night. I did. You're doing great, I told him. He blinked like no one had said that to him in months. I asked him one quiet question when he came back with the check folder. Whose card is on file for this table? He told me. And that's when I knew exactly what I was about to do. When the bill arrived, 16 heads turned to me. I didn't reach for my wallet. I looked at my father and said, "You put your card down to hold this table. It's already on file. It already has a hold for the full amount." His face went white. Because that card was maxed. He'd been floating on empty for months, and tonight's dinner was the last $400 he'd invited me not to heal. He'd invited me to pay so he wouldn't have to admit he was broke. I stood up. Family takes care of family, I said. So take care of this one. I walked out into the parking lot alone, past his dented truck, and drove home in silence. 15 minutes later his phone rang. Declined. Declined again. In front of everyone. They didn't call to apologize the next morning. They called to ask for the money. I didn't answer. Because here's what I learned. You can't buy back 3 years of silence with one dinner. And you can't build a family on the back of someone you only remember when the bill is due. I stopped being a vending machine that night. Insert guilt, receive check. If you've ever been the one expected to pay, to fix, to stay quiet, this story was for you. Drop a comment. Subscribe for more.